Your higher self knows that these struggles are actually a breeding ground for your transformation into becoming who you're meant to be, even if it doesn't feel like it or it's difficult for you to accept. But in this video, I'm going to be giving you some techniques and some questions that you can ask yourself that will prove this to be true. And before I carry on, why not hit that like button and consider subscribing to my channel if you enjoy my videos. No one tells you this, but the moments you struggle the most are the ones shaping you into the person that you've come here to be. And this may be hard to hear, but you're exactly where you're meant to be, even if it doesn't feel like it. Take, for example, a sword. A sword isn't strong the moment it's made. It has to go through fire, beaten, shaped, and refined over and over again. Without that process, it would stay weak and break under pressure. And maybe, just maybe, that's exactly what's happening to you right now. Because when you're in the middle of a struggle, it's easy to feel like life is testing you for no reason, like you're stuck, being pulled in different directions, or everything is falling apart. But what if it's not what it seems? What if this is a fire that's forging you into the person that you're meant to be? And the divine knows that in order for us to dig deeper into ourselves, to follow our dharma, our soul purpose, our karmic path, life lessons, we need the motivation of these challenges to realign and to reevaluate, to direct us more strongly into the direction that we're meant to evolve towards, even though it can feel unfamiliar and challenging, to say the least. And this is why we can often find ourselves between places, suddenly between jobs, or relationships falling away. These are like your karmic cycles coming to a close, or life course corrections, or dark night of the soul moments, redirecting us back towards our calling, our soul's path. And like the sword that goes through the fire, beaten, shaped, refined over and over again, the divine wants you to rise up, because it knows that this is where your true power lies, and to use the drive of your vision, your goals, your dreams, your inner strength to rise back up again. And to know that every time you do this, every time you rise back up again, you're not just overcoming your obstacles, you're embracing your true potential, you are strengthening your aura, your vibration, and you're forging a path towards your goals, towards what your soul is meant to achieve this lifetime. Pushing through your vulnerabilities, those limiting beliefs and old conditionings to awaken the light within truly. And the universe is helping you to find your ground and to line your world with a deeper purpose. Even though it's difficult right now and it may feel like life is against you, but this struggle is giving you the tools to create that stability step by step over time for your soul's evolution. Even though it's painful right now, but it's taking you exactly where you need to be, revealing the lessons that you are here to learn and the strengths that you will then carry with you forward and have been. Look how far you've come on your journey. Think about the times and the challenges and the periods of uncertainty that you have been through, and ask yourself, well, what qualities did I develop during that time that are helping me on my soul's path right now, where I am right now? What lessons did I learn from those experiences? Take a moment to just think about what it is that you're going through right now. What struggle, what difficulty, what uncertainty are you facing? And feel free to drop me a comment down below, and I will help in any way that I can. For example, if you feel like you are lost and stuck, here you've been called to trust yourself more, to trust your intuition, your instincts, that gut feeling, and to learn how to take bold action rather than waiting for permission. If you feel like you're going through financial difficulties, here you've been called to build stability and patience, creating that inner sense of security and sustainable wealth over time, step by step, rather than looking for that quick fix. If you're thinking, I'm always seeking for external validation or questioning your worth, here it's about learning to understand what it means to value yourself and to understand that your value doesn't come from what others think of you. Through that, which you will then learn how to develop self-confidence and to own your own power. If you find yourself repeating toxic patterns, you're being called to look at and to refine your choices and your beliefs and to break free from old conditioning. Think of these struggles as a universe knocking on your door, asking for you to step into your highest potential, as these are precisely the experiences that will enable you to grow the most, to align with your soul's purpose. And it's in this uncomfortableness that you will grow the most. Just like, for example, a seed that must push through the soil so that it can grow towards the light and become what it's intended to be. In the same way, you are here in these challenges, helping you to develop in ways that you might otherwise avoid, falling back into your comfort zone, into the familiar known reality. But the universe wants you to know that you're not going through all of this for the sake of hardships. You are being transformed because you have it within you. You are fully capable of becoming the version that you're meant to be and to follow your soul's path. I'm now going to go through some self-reflective questions and techniques that you can use. And I do encourage you over the next few days to just sit and journal questions like this. And these are sort of the questions that I often give to my clients when I do one-on-one coaching or higher self quantum healing. And if you're not comfortable with journaling, that's fine as well. Just sit and think about these questions, or meditate and think about these questions, 1 or 2 questions in meditation, calling in for spiritual guidance and from your higher spiritual team to come in and shed some light and offer some guidance on what you are going through. How is this challenge shaping me into the person I am meant to become? How is this helping me or teaching me? What can I learn from this, undo or let go? How can I grow from this in a way that will nourish my soul, strengthen my aura and my energy? What strength is this pushing me to develop? How can I align with my soul path qualities to navigate this struggle? What beliefs or feelings is this struggle revealing to me? How might this be preparing me for something great? And along with those sort of reflective questions, take small intentional steps. Gradual steps, trusting and calling in your higher self, your spiritual team, divine source energy to help and guide you along the way as you move into an unknown territory, an unfamiliar territory. Shedding and letting go of the old self and moving into the unknown. Along with that, allow yourself to reflect and adjust on how these actions make you feel, because it's totally normal to feel resistance, for your old self to say, hold on a minute. What's happening here? What's changing? Let's fall back into this. It's safe and it's predictable. It's the unknown. But just know that with gentle perseverance, you can gradually allow yourself to move deeply, to align yourself more deeply with your soul's purpose over time. In those moments, gently allow yourself to reset at the next available opportunity, to bring your awareness into the present moment of now, to catch yourself. And to be like, okay, this just happened, but that's okay. And not to be hard on yourself, just trusting the process and understanding that this is a journey. You can look at these struggles like a calling towards your North Star, as they are not random. They are the fire that's meant to shape you. Every challenge is like a strike of the hammer, refining you into your true form. And just like the blade, your challenges are strengthening you for your divine purpose. And you might be wondering, why me? Why is this happening to me? But the divine, your higher self, wants you to know and wants you to look at these challenges like your spiritual quest. The fire that is aligning you to something far greater that you can't see right now, and is calling for you to trust the bigger picture. And just like the sword, when it's in the fire, it can't see the bigger picture. In the same way, if you can't see the whole big picture, that's fine. The divine and the universe is calling for you to trust in the bigger picture, to trust in yourself, and to trust that you will be guided and shown every step of the way what you need to do next. And in a way, you can look at these struggles as a universe giving you a helping hand, bringing to your awareness things that you need to release, let go of, and shed and purge, because they're not going to serve your highest potential. And so the universe is calling for you to not only trust the process, but to surrender, because you are not being broken, you are being transformed, and you're becoming the best version of yourself, of who you are always meant to be. And in those moments when you feel like you're just waiting around, waiting for a sign, waiting for something to happen, having done all the work, just understand that just like the sword, after it's been plunged into the cold water and it's been cooled down, it's in waiting. In reality, those are your moments of integration, strengthening your foundation, applying the lessons that you've learned, and your preparation time. So just understand that everything is a journey. There are no quick fixes, there are no shortcuts. It's a process, and the divine is calling for you to trust. And if you're still wondering and thinking, well, okay, I understand that struggles shape me, but how do I move through it with trust and navigate it all? Well, that's exactly what I created in my last video, which I will tag and link in the description box below, where I share with you 5 ways on how to navigate through all of this and break down the deeper spiritual reasons behind all of it, so that you can then move forward with trust and clarity. But I'll also link it at the end of this video as well. So the divine is calling you to look at these struggles, these hardships, as not as something problematic or a hindrance, but rather a stepping stone towards your transformation, and to know that this discomfort, just like the fire and the hammering, is necessary. In fact, they are more than necessary, because they are the breeding ground for your success, helping you to develop in ways that you couldn't have imagined. Strength, skills, courage, power, that will help you to maintain your vision, your dreams and your goals, whatever you've come here to fulfill and accomplish. Next, go check out this video where I show you the 5 ways on how to navigate through struggles like this and to move forward with confidence and clarity.